Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be ranking high protein foods on a tier list. Now, starting off first, we have what looks to be ground turkey, and ground turkey is pretty decent. So I'm going to put that in the A tier. It doesn't taste the best, unfortunately, for turkey, but it's better than things like ground beef. I'm a big fan of ground beef, but ground turkey just has a little bit of a benefit of having better amino acids and lower fat. So I'm going to put that in the A tier. You can put things like taco seasoning on it to make it taste a lot better. So I'd say it's an A tier food. Next, we got milk, 1%. I'm going to put that in the C tier. Now, hear me out on this one. Some people love drinking milk as a form of protein, but things like ultra filtered protein, like the high protein milks, those are good. But a lot of people just drink regular old 1% milk, which is what we have here. And that's not really the best source of protein. It's more so like sugar and fat with protein, of course, but not very high in it. It's kind of a balance of all three macronutrients. So I'm just going to set that one in the C tier just because I don't believe it's the best quality protein source out there. Next, we got TVP by Red Mill. This is a textured vegetable protein, and it's interesting. I don't want to put it. I'll put in the C tier. Like, I'm not a big fan of this. I've actually had this. I think it's a Canadian brand too, which is kind of cool, but vegetable proteins are not going to be as high in amino acids as some of the other protein sources that come from animals, so that's a C tier. Next, we got shrimp. Shrimp's pretty good. I'd put that up in the A tier as well. Shrimp tastes good too. One of the best things is having like a shrimp with a low calorie sauce. It's going to have high protein, and it's going to have a good amino acid profile in that in the shrimp. So I think it's an A tier for sure. Next, we got egg whites. I think I'm gonna put that in the S tier. Egg whites, like if you go and get a thing of egg whites, it's gonna be zero fat, zero carb, and like 7 grams of protein per serving, which is ridiculous. It's literally pure protein. So it's an easy S tier because you can mix this in with real eggs if you want, or just eggs with yolk, or you can just use egg whites on their own. I like having a bit of egg whites, it's a little salt on it. It's still pretty good, very lean too. So that's an S tier one for sure. Next we got tuna. I'm not the biggest fan of tuna, but it is a valuable protein source because it's like, I don't know, it's convenient, I guess, is the best way to put it. It is high in like things like mercury, so don't just eat tuna, but it's a nice, easy protein source. I lived with a guy that used to throw tuna on top of rice, and that was his meal all the time. Convenient, and it's, you know, pretty good protein. So, yeah. Next, we got cottage cheese. Um, like it could go in the A tier. I feel like I need to fill this list out a little bit, so I'm gonna put that in the B tier. Uh, Cottage cheese is good. I used to eat it decently. You can you can get fancy with the cottage cheese. I'm kind of grossed out by now. I had it a little bit much, but you can put like fruit in it, and make it a little bit better, or you can just eat it straight up. There's lots of different ways you can eat cottage cheese. It's kind of an acquired taste, so I'm putting it not in the A tier. Not a lot of people like cottage cheese, but if you do, quality protein source. Next, we got quark. This is also another type of cheese that's high in protein. I want to put them both in the B tier. On a previous tier list I did with protein foods, I put just plain old mozzarella cheese in the C tier, and someone chewed me out for it. So I want to put that in the B tier. It's better than mozzarella cheese, obviously. Like these are higher in protein, but for some reason, some people are just very passionate about cheese on these videos. So I want to put that in the B tier. Next, we got eggs, whole eggs. Good source of choline, which is a precursor to acetylcholine. It's a something that allows you to it's a brain chemical that you require. So very important for brain health, but also good source of protein. You got some fats in there. Higher cholesterol, but it's both high density and low density cholesterol. So yeah, eggs, A tier. Very expensive right now, but salmon next. S tier stands for salmon tier. I was watching an SNL episode and they were calling it salmon, but yeah, salmon, great, high in omega-3 fatty acids. I really like salmon, honestly. It's a quality protein source, and you can make it taste pretty good. If you're not a fan of fish, I wouldn't go with salmon. It's pretty strong fish taste, but I like it. And speaking of fish, we got anchovies next. Anchovies are actually a very healthy source of protein. I'm gonna put them in the A tier. I know a lot of people are gonna comment and be like, "What the heck?" But they're very also very high in omega-3 fatty acids, and yeah, it's important to get your fats and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's appropriate to put that maybe in the S tier or A tier. Next we got, honestly couldn't tell you what that is. Maybe it's a catfish or potato. I actually don't know, so I'm just gonna put that there. I can't really figure out what that is, so yeah. Next we got oysters. These are pretty good. I come from a place where oysters are really popular, so I'm gonna put that in the B tier, but they're decent if you like them. They got a good amount of protein. There's also, I think, a bit of mercury in it, so just watch out on your seafood consumption. Yeah. Next, we got whey protein. Now, whey is very convenient. I'm gonna put that in the middle of the A tier. Reason why I like whey protein, it's not the best protein source. You're best off getting things like chicken and beef for your protein sources, but convenience factor and taste. It's one of the better tasting ones because you can get some protein powders like Ghost Protein, Chips Ahoy, tastes like an actual cookie. That's delicious. So, A tier, convenient, and tastes good. Chicken breast next. Chicken breast is another S tier. Chicken breast is like the OG best protein source. Everyone knows chicken and rice, chicken and broccoli and rice is to be like one of the bodybuilding meals. It's good. I really like chicken, so I want to put that in the S tier. Also, beef. I'd say an extra lean ground beef. Definitely S tier. It's because iron in it, which a lot of people are deficient in. Trace minerals, trace vitamins that many people don't get enough of. So it's pretty good. It gets a bad reputation for some reason, but beef, like if you're getting an extra lean cut of beef, it's going to be pretty good. So yeah. And then finally, I think that's another white fish, haddock. I'm going to put that in the S tier as well. These are some of the best protein sources, the most protein, best bang for your buck in terms of what you're going to get out of it. And I think this is the last one here, actually. Looks like pork loin. Pork's pretty decent. I'm gonna put that in the B tier though, just because the other protein sources are a bit better in terms of like their fat contents. With pork, it tends to be a little bit higher in its you know, fats and stuff like that. So yeah, B tier. There we have it. In the S tier, egg whites, chicken breast, salmon, beef, and haddock. And then we got ground turkey, shrimp, whey protein, tuna, eggs, and anchovies. Not the best tasting, some of these, but they're all quality protein sources. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.